Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you could make it to our Quality Matters overview meeting. I'm looking forward to sharing the QM process with you today.
I'm glad to be here. We have been looking forward to this for a while now. I know this is one of a series of meetings. What will we be covering today?
The purpose of today's meeting is to review the QM recognized course review process. We will examine the process and discuss next steps based on meeting and not meeting standards.
Will we be talking about the differences between QM managed and subscriber managed reviews, or will that be at another session?
That is the last topic we will address in this session. By the end of our time together today, you should be well versed in the overall process and the differences in the two.
That sounds great. Let's get started. I'm excited to learn more about the QM process.
The entire process begins with the course developer or instructor completing the instructor worksheet. This begins the process and shows that the course is ready for review.
Is this instructor worksheet done in both the QM managed and the subscriber managed reviews?
That's an excellent question. Yes, an instructor worksheet is produced in both types of reviews. This gives overview information about the course. After that, in the QM managed review, the master reviewer selects a reviewer team. This team has a subject matter expert and a peer reviewer as well as the master reviewer.
How are these people selected?
The master reviewer uses a database in the QM system to search for individuals with appropriate content knowledge and experience.
Once the team is selected, what happens next?
The pre-review conference is next in the process. At this conference, the team reviews the instructor worksheet, sets the timeline for the review, and gets questions answered. The master reviewer uses this meeting to set the tone, review QM policies and procedures, and sets expectations for the team and its process.
Who is supposed to participate in this conference?
The entire team should participate if at all possible. That includes the master reviewer, the subject matter expert, and the external reviewer. The instructor and institutional representative should also take part in this pre-review conference. At the least, the master reviewer and the course instructor should meet.
Okay, I understand that the team begins work with the pre-review conference. What comes next?
The next step is the actual course review. Each reviewer examines the course applying the QM rubric. This work typically needs to be completed within a 3-week window. During the review, the master reviewer is expected to monitor the process, check in with reviewers, and access the online worksheets. He will coach reviewers, as needed. He will encourage reviewers to provide high-quality recommendations. The master reviewer serves as the conduit for all communication. He will ask questions of the instructor.
Okay, that's cool. We will have 3 weeks to get the course review completed. Isn't it true that our recommendations should be based on the annotations in the rubric?
It sure is. You should also be sure that they are constructive, specific, measurable, sensitive, and balanced. Your master reviewer will coach you with this aspect of your work.
What do we do when we are done with the review? Do we just submit our worksheet and end our session?
At the end of the review period, the review team will have a post-review conference. At this meeting, we will discuss any places where the course did not meet the standards. Likewise, we will look at the areas where disagreement between reviewers occurred. The goal is to make sure that the report that is prepared is focused on continuous improvement.
So, does everyone have to agree? Does there have to be consensus on every standard?
No. QM uses majority vote to decide if a standard is considered met or not. The purpose in the discussion is to do just that. Discuss. Continuous improvement is at the center.
Can changes be made to the course during the review? Can the reviewer suggest changes so that the course meets standards?
For the most part, changes should not be made during the review process. If the course is close to meeting the standards and being recognized, the master reviewer may talk with the course instructor to see if the adjustments can be made. This only happens if 19 or 20 of the standards are met.
Great! I can really see that the process is designed to promote recognizing courses. It seems like QM wants all of the courses to meet the rubric standards.
After the post-review conference, the report is finalized and submitted electronically. The master reviewer reminds the team to complete the post-review survey that will be sent.
So that's it. Then, the review is over.
That's pretty much it for the other reviewers. The master reviewer and the course instructor still have some work to do. When the report is submitted electronically, a faculty response form will be generated. The course instructor has 2 weeks to complete this form indicating next steps.
What are the next steps?
If the course met standards, the instructor will acknowledge that she received the report on the faculty response form. If the course did not meet the standards, the instructor indicates on the faculty response form what her next steps will be. She can make changes or withdraw the course. If she decides to make changes, she must also complete the course amendment form. When this is submitted, the master reviewer goes in to review the changes and approves those changes or makes additional recommendations. Once the course meets the standards for certification, the online system will generate the meets standards email.
I think I understand the process quite well. Will you review the differences between QM managed reviews and subscriber managed one? I am still a little unclear on this.
Sure, I can. They are very similar in the work that gets done. One difference is that the master reviewer does not select the review team in a subscriber-managed review. QM-managed reviews do require more management on the part of the master reviewer. Another difference can be the stipend paid. It can deviate from the standard $250.
Okay, where do we get more information if we forget something or want to review materials later?
Basically all of the information I used to prepare for this meeting was gathered from the materials provided by QM for master reviewers. It is accessed in the library on my QM, so, I think we have covered all of our goals for this meeting. Are there any additional questions? Seeing no questions, we can adjourn this meeting. I think you are well versed in the QM process. I think you are ready for the next steps in our training process.